Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Samantha Allen and I'm here with my husband, Ray Allen, and we are Premier Pro 6s in LifeVantage. And tonight we're going to talk to you about the very exciting concept of activation, not supplementation, and how you could partake in that, one, from a health opportunity, and two, potentially for a financial opportunity for you and your loved ones. So the first thing I want to ask you is, why do you think it is that as a society we are feeling so bad? Why is disease on the rise? Why is everybody walking around chronically fatigued, stressed out, migraines, aches and pains, just more and more? You would expect that in a modern society, in a modern era where we have access to so much information and so much modern technology, how is it that it seems that our health is getting worse and worse rather than better and better? Disease is truly on the rise. 1 in 3 people will tragically be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the US. And autism in our children, 1 in 50 children will be diagnosed with autism. Why are these statistics happening in such a modern age where we should be doing better than ever? Why are we doing worse than ever? Well, I'll tell you, the reason is that we're being actually hijacked at a cellular level. Our bodies, ever since the Industrial Revolution over 200 years ago, our bodies have been exposed to more and more toxic damage than our bodies can actually get rid of. Things like air pollution, the fuel that we breathe in when we're pumping gas, the herbicides and pesticides that are sprayed on all of our crops, the processed foods that people have been eating, the EMFs from all of our technology, our cell phones. These things are causing massive toxic damage to every cell of our body, and we cannot avoid it. Even if you're somebody who tries to eat whole food, raw, vegan, you try to do all the best things, our nutrients are depleted, our environment is just becoming more and more toxic, and there isn't a whole lot that there seems to be that we can do about it, right? Well, there's actually a technical term for this. It's called oxidative stress. When your body has more free radical damage from all of these factors I just named than it can get rid of, that leads to oxidative stress. This can actually be measured in the blood. And what it looks like, it's kind of like looking at this apple. When you cut an apple open, what happens? If you leave it out on the counter for a couple minutes, it's going to brown. It's going to oxidize. The same thing is happening inside of our bodies when we breathe in oxygen, which is now more and more toxic. Our bodies are oxidizing at a cellular level, and this is called oxidative stress. Now, oxidative stress is at the root of over 200 disease processes, things that maybe you and your family have already been affected by, things in the heart, heart disease, hypertension, kidney disease, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, asthma, allergies, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, autism, ADHD, migraine, cancer, autoimmune diseases. I could keep going on and on. Diabetes, it's really at the center, at the beginning of every disease process in the body. Now, if you don't believe me, I highly recommend that you go to a very well-respected independent resource called PubMed.gov. This is the National Institute of Health's database for peer-reviewed medical research. And what you're going to find is over 180,000 today, over 180,000 studies, peer-reviewed studies about oxidative stress and how it is linked to just about any disease that you can think of. And actually, when I first was introduced to this information 5 years ago, when I did the same thing, I typed in oxidative stress, there were only 60,000 studies on oxidative stress. So in a 5-year span, the medical community and the research community is recognizing the fact that oxidative stress is a big, huge player in our disease processes and why we are getting sicker and sicker rather than healthier. Now, conventionally, there have been a couple of solutions for this oxidative stress problem. On one hand, you could wait for oxidative stress to result in XYZ disease, ailment, illness, discomfort. You go to a doctor, they prescribe you a medication to kind of dull that symptom, right? Or in more recent decades, people have been trying to be proactive about this oxidative stress problem, and they've been counteracting oxidative stress with antioxidants. It makes sense. Antioxidants, they fight against oxidants, right? They neutralize those free radicals. The problem is that when you are taking antioxidant supplements like vitamin C or vitamin E, or even when you're having a handful of blueberries or acai berries, or you're drinking your super juices that have all of these thousands of antioxidants in them, that is a direct solution. That's called a direct antioxidant. And unfortunately, it can only work on a 1-to-1 ratio in squelching that fire in your body of free radical damage. What we know, actually, what research figured out in the mid-90s is that there's a pathway inside of every mammal's body, in every cell of every mammal's body. It's called the NRF2 pathway. And when you activate that pathway effectively, it allows your own body's God-given mechanisms to neutralize free radicals at a rate of 1 million to 1. So imagine your house being on fire, and you have the option of either grabbing a bunch of Dixie cups, filling them up with water, and trying to put out the fire one by one, right? Or you can call the fire department and have them bring the most powerful fire hoses and put one in every room of that burning house. Which one are you going to choose? You're going to choose the more powerful, the more effective solution. That's what we are talking about with NRF2 activation, and that's the difference between NRF2 activation and direct antioxidant supplementation, which we've all been accustomed to. Now, the way that it works is that NRF2 actually activates very key genes and upregulates very key genes inside of our body through the DNA. And specifically, it turns on our antioxidant factory, specific enzymes, catalase, glutathione, and SOD. Glutathione is the master antioxidant of the body, and when you can effectively activate this NRF2, it can upregulate that glutathione by 300%, giving your body a fighting chance against that fire, against that free radical, oxidative stress inside of your body. So specifically, what we are talking about is the most effective NRF2 activator on the planet. It is called Protandim NRF2, and it is clinically proven to lower oxidative stress by an average of 40% in the first 30 days. Now, it continues to allow your body to reduce oxidative stress beyond that first 30 days. In fact, the same clinical study that showed 40% in 30 days showed that your body actually can reduce up to 70% oxidative stress after 120 days. So that's the first key indicator that this is something that you want to take every day for over the course of your life, because there's a cumulative effect. It does so by, like I said, increasing superoxide dismutase by 30%, catalase by 54%, glutathione by 300%. And it is the only natural supplement on the planet that's been proven by our National Institute of Aging. They conducted a 10-year federally funded study to see if any natural supplements or products on the planet could extend lifespan. They compared resveratrol, green tea, turmeric, fish oil. None of them, they concluded, extended lifespan except for Protandim NRF2, which you can see is a natural herbal product comprised of turmeric, milk thistle, green tea, bacopa, and ashwagandha. Again, if you want to fact check me on that, please do go to pubmed.gov and you can type in Protandim, and you will find actually today 24 results for peer-reviewed independent research on Protandim NRF2, basically saying exactly what I just shared with you, that it reduces oxidative stress and how that has helped in different areas of the body. LSU studied it with melanoma, Ohio State University, Virginia Commonwealth, Texas Tech studied the heart and how reducing oxidative stress through this NRF2 activation with Protandim has helped with the health of arteries and heart disease. So please check that out and understand how powerful this NRF2 activation is. Now, with with the growing of oxidative stress and with more toxic load happening on our cells, the next thing that's happening is our mitochondria is becoming dysfunctional. So mitochondria, if you go back to 8th grade biology, it's the powerhouse of every cell. It's what converts your food energy into cellular energy. But when you have increased oxidative stress because of the toxic load, your mitochondria actually becomes depleted. It becomes dysfunctional, and it causes havoc inside of your body, leading to many diseases that you and maybe you or some of your family or friends may already be affected by. many neurological diseases, things like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, Lou Gehrig's disease, Huntington's disease, things like fibromyalgia and diabetes and autism and muscular dystrophy. So these things really go hand in hand, and that is why it's so critical to activate those key pathways to repair this damage. Now, the same way that the NRF2 pathway turns on the antioxidant factory to combat oxidative stress, the NRF1 pathway inside of your body, when it is effectively turned on, it can support mitochondrial health, and it actually allows your body to increase cellular energy while slowing cellular aging by supporting chromosome integrity. It's going to help improve your sleep quality and cellular repair. Now, this is so important because we seem to be in an age where there is just an absolute sleep epidemic where people cannot sleep. They can't get to sleep, they can't stay asleep, or they wake up reporting they feel like they've never slept at all. This is a problem because that's when your body does its healing. That's when it does its cell repair. And if you're never getting into that good deep REM cycle, then you're not giving your body the ability to recover itself. And that is why activating the NRF1 is so important. It also supports cognitive and brain health, supports a healthy circulatory and cardiovascular system. And again, it's done in a natural way through 5 natural compounds: alpha-lipoic acid, coenzyme Q10, grape extract, quercetin, acetyl L-carnitine. And it is the synergy of these 5, not just taken alone, not in any other, ratio, but the synergy of all 5 of these together that unlocks that NRF1 pathway, the same way that the 5 herbs of Protandim NRF2 unlocks that NRF2 pathway. It is very critical. This is your 1-2 punch for your overall health. And it is all about activating the body rather than supplementing the body. So if you can get excited about this concept, about using the power of nutrigenomics, nutrition and naturally occurring compounds to affect your genes in a positive way, to activate your body for better health and performance, then I would love to bring on my husband, Ray, so he can give you a little glimpse of how you can take part in this new emerging economy, which combines with this breakthrough technology.
Whoops. Thank you, dear. I am Ray Allen, and I am the co-founder of Team Fearless. And, we'll get right into it. It's very obvious that, I'm sure you've noticed that the world has changed a lot, right? Things that used to take decades are now happening in years or even months. And it's pretty crazy. And have you ever wondered why in this modern era, with all this amazing technology, we seem to be working harder than ever, yet still not really ever getting ahead? Or maybe you or somebody you know struggle to make ends meet, or maybe you feel constantly burnt out by the cycle of working long hours week in and week out, with little time to spend with those you love most. Or maybe you're like half of the Americans who have no plan for retirement, or let alone a plan to get out of debt, right? Even though technology is advancing at a faster pace each day, job security somehow seems to be declining just as fast. Now, have you also noticed a sudden shift in the way we all shop these days? What have companies like Amazon done to disrupt the conventional market? Now, think about the last few things you purchased. Did you see a television ad, get all excited about it, and then run to the store to buy that product, whatever it was? Probably not, right? More than likely, you heard about something from a friend, a coworker, or maybe on social media. You got excited about it, and then you went on to a store or online store or distributor like Amazon, where you could get that product in a much more convenient way, all without leaving the comfort of your own home. Now, this is social entrepreneurship. And whether you realize it or not, you've likely already played a role in it, but you also probably didn't get compensated for it. Now, what does any of this have to do with you? Now, again, there's no denying that the world has changed and things are very different. Now, the only question is, would you like to take part in the unlimited opportunity that lies ahead with this changing economy? Or would you prefer to be left behind to deal with the reality of working longer hours for less money and spending less time with your loved ones? But, what if I told you there was a way that average, ordinary citizens could profit from this changing economy by becoming their own boss and building an asset for their family without risking everything they own? Now, if you've ever considered, starting your own business, I'm sure you know that it comes with unlimited amounts of risk, potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars to invest up front, and again, a very potentially unstable lifestyle. But again, what if there was a group of stay-at-home moms, teachers, full-time medical professionals, active duty military members, truck drivers, and really people from all walks of life who are creating part-time, full-time, and even life-changing income by taking advantage of this new economy. It's not always what you know, but who you know. And right now, someone you know is giving you a look at the future of health and wellness. And specifically, the opportunity to partner with a natural breakthrough that's already changed the lives of countless people across the world and has been independently validated by some of the world's most reputable institutions. And, we're working with the perfect meld of two leading industries that are growing hand in hand with technology. The $3.7 trillion health and wellness industry and the $183 billion network marketing industry, which has grown by over $40 billion in just the last 5 years. And because we're first to market, we're offering you the opportunity to change your financial future through unlimited earning with leveraged income. And, will it take hard work? Yes, it absolutely will. But you're already working hard, and, where is it leading you? Maybe it's time to work a little smarter. So much of our lives have, revolved around who we work with and where we work and how we make a living. And I know many people out there wonder, is there a better way to make an income? And here in Team Fearless, we know there is. And we're inviting you to take a closer look and learn more about this opportunity with Team Fearless and LifeVantage. So I invite you to get back with the person who invited you to hear this information to get a better feel if this is a right fit for you. And that being said, thanks for joining us. Good night and God bless.